Are you down?
In the bottom. Coming up the stairs.
Down. One more. Let's go. Let's go. Got to plate up.
Yeah, I'm plating.
Yo, we're looking for 3, gentlemen. We're 2.
Oh, we got
excuse
a
me.
cluster strike on
We're
us.
looking for 2. Okay.
Stay inside.
Okay. We're looking for 2.
Any you have kill streaks?
No, nothing.
We're good.
You go out the back? Out the window and go? Let's go, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
I see one right here. Enemy hit. Right here. Behind this rock. Moving left.
He's down.
Yes,
He's down.
he is. Thirsting.
Dog it down.
Looking for 1.
Up here. I'm down.
He's down.
He's down.
He's down.
Let's fucking go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes.
Bro, with the 9-piece. Let's go. In memoriam, it posts all their names, bro.
Let's go.
Dude. It says in memoriam and posts all the players in the lobby, dog.
GG's.
Let's go.
Dubs, baby.
Moss destroys kids. 9,000 damage.
Ain't nobody.
Or 2,500.
Yo, our movement and our teamwork was just absolutely tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Building to building, cover to cover, plates, nobody veered off. Ballin', dog.
Yeah, I think we got 15. Let's go.
Yeah. Nice 9 bomb, bro.
Yeah. GG's.
So I have to leave game, it says?
Hell fucking yeah, bro. GG's.
I'm frozen.
Lucy too. Oh my god, bro.
There we go. Let's go. GG's, everybody. I was here for
mini, bro. Let's freaking
both
go.
first dubs in this. I get my workout shirt on. From then on, the rest of the day, it's time to fucking fight. Fighting for dubs, fighting for the fans, fighting for the squad, fighting to have enough money to get a pool one day here, fighting for everything. Everything. All of it. Right? Right. Down him.
Copy. Shots on right.
Down 1. Yep.
One shot.
Wipe. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. That's 1. That's 1, baby. Let's go.
Fuck you. Good job, bro. Two,
Another one. Down.
Plus around me.
Thirster. Okay, I don't have a gun for that range. Down. Back out. One's about to die.
Copy that.
I'm down.
Don't worry,
Got you,
dog.
Down that one, Matt. Broke the other. Thirsted. His Benji's real life girlfriend is also named Lana. She's a looker, dude. She's a looker. Benji outdid himself. Benji's cute, but he outdid himself. Now, Rage Quit on the other hand.
Definitely, she's plus 2 or 3 out of 10 higher than me.
Rage Quit definitely outdid himself. Like, Rage, you gotta wonder, is it like, dude, there's some foul play going on or something? I'm just kidding. Get fucked, Rage. I'm thirsting 1. Looking for 1. Let's fucking go! 10 in a row, dog? 10 in a row? Let's fucking go! New personal record. Let's fucking go. Team record, baby. Team record. Broke as fuck. 1 down. 1 thirsted. 4v2. Inside. Down another. Let's fucking go.
Let's go!
Yeah. Let's go. 16 down. Yeah. Let's fucking go, baby. Let's go. So I never said it was business related. She said it was business related. I didn't say that. The good girls and I love you, and we want to keep you forever. How does that sound to you?
Stop.
Would like to keep you forever. Got you this ring.
Oh my god.
Will you marry me? Sound good? Couple kids, bunch of German shepherds. This.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Let's fucking go.
Stop.
Down another. Down them.
Right.
Right out. Yo, going up, live. He made it up. He didn't hit my proxy. Down him. Thurston's out. Thurston. You fucking pussy, he said. One down. Drop. One down. One's moving.
How do you need play?
Down. No, I'm good. Strike out. SoCal special. 2 down. Let's go. That's 2 down. Let's go. Push. Thurston mine. Broke the other. Down another. Let's fucking go. Come on, dog.
Hey, party pals. We have an absolute legend with us today. This man is number 4 in the world for wins on Warzone. He's been dominating the game from day one. He'll outthink you, outmaneuver you, outstrategize you. All this to get him to position to win the game. And when he's there, he'll snipe your ass quicker than he eats a plate of bacon. And then he'll follow that up with the SoCal special, bitch. Don't worry, though. When it's all over, he'll whisper sweet nothings in your ear, like, bye. He's the ultimate leader and coach when playing the game. If you're on his team and step out of the line on the way to victory, he'll ride your ass harder than a long trip on Lana, because he's going to get that dub. When it's all said and done and he's got the game won, he's going to wash it all down with a cup of espresso. Pinky out, bitches. Please welcome the king of the car don't lie, the viceroy of Verdansk, the one, the only, Mr. SOCALOVE.
Welcome to the party, pal. Let's go.
Great to be here. How about that intro, man?
Oh, dude, how
what an
about
awesome intro. I don't think I can probably live up to all that, but man, happy to be here with you guys. That's for sure.
Oh man, the pleasure's all ours, brother. Man, it is. Man, it's been a long time coming. I appreciate you coming on. I've known you for a bit. I've watched you grow your stream, man, and you are nothing short of amazing and a legend.
I appreciate that. I know we go way back. I remember, I was just remembering the other day playing Battlefield 1 with you, specific game even. Me and you and Killa Gorilla were playing on Nivelle Nights way back, Battlefield 1 style. So it's been a long time, and I'm super excited for what you guys are doing with this channel, man. I've told other people recently what you guys are doing. I've had a lot of friends in gaming, and I've heard so many people talk about wanting to do this, and you guys have done it and are really excelling at it. I'm really excited for what you guys have in store.
Awesome,
man.
Dude. That's too kind, brother.
That's way too kind.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, man. We were inspired. I mean, obviously, pretty much the whole community comes from you. I mean, it really does. And you have got an absolutely amazing story. I mean, not just in the gaming world, but in life in general. And I really would like to get to the interview part of it, and let's tell that story. You ready?
Sounds good.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it, guys. So we're going to jump right in here. So your story, man, like Frilla said, is nothing short of amazing. Let's start at the beginning because we don't want to miss anything here. You were born with what some might take as a disability, but from what we gather, it was just another mountain to climb, dude. Not only did you climb that mountain, you excelled all the way to playing high school basketball. Tell us about that and how that impacted you.
Right. So when I was born with PFFD. I had to have a bunch of surgeries and make a bunch of real serious decisions when I was very young. My parents did, more specifically. They ended up making a decision to fuse my knee. I had to go to the Boston. I was in LA at the time. I went to the Boston Red Sox team doctor. They did a surgery on me.
Wow.
It ended up working out. So my ankle, my foot operates as my knee. It's like right on the same level as my knee. So that's how that worked. Now, my parents did a lot of research and were real worried about how I would be when I interacted when I was young and stuff. But honestly, none of that came to fruition. I was just stronger and than all the other kids. I was a very good athlete, basketball, baseball, football. I did very well with friendships and relationships. So that was just never an issue for me. Just kind of was part of the deal. My leg, not the story to me. It was pretty unimportant. And when something like that's unimportant to you, it starts to become unimportant to people around you.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just the way it went. But in general, when I was younger, sports were so huge for me because it's hard to look at somebody and think anything different about them when they're really dominating you. Let's say on the basketball court.
Yeah.
That was a good way for me to get going in life.
No,
dude,
that's amazing. So, I mean, obviously it wasn't important to you, but there has to be a level of toughness and mentality that this is not going to beat me.
Right.
This is not going to do it. How did you, and it's obvious it was when you were at a young age, you adopted that probably without even knowing it, but how did you apply that? How did you bring that mentality out at a young age and take it all the way through? Is there something you did mentally to do that?
Well, yeah, I had amazing leaders and people around me. My parents are both amazing, like great parents. My dad's was a basketball coach, extremely successful high school basketball coach and college. My mom was a high school Spanish teacher. My mom had 5 brothers, all my uncles and my grandpa. They're all basketball and business people. I had a tremendous amount of support. I was not shy on that. So with all that, they didn't give me any, there was nothing, man. I went down on the ground in basketball. They would be in the stands yelling, "Get up, Rob, get up." It was quick, man. There was no feeling sorry, no nothing. And that was taken on real quickly. So now stuff did happen. My leg would break because I went so hard on it, and I would have to miss a game to drive down to San Diego and get it fixed. And sometimes it would hurt because I went so hard. So there's a lot of character building probably. And I might have had to go a little harder and try a little harder and work at things and maybe take smarter paths to do certain things and get around certain things. But I learned real early in life, you're like, Rob, you're going to have to fucking find a way to win, man. You're going to have to fucking find a way to win one way or the other. And I learned that task very, very young. And I'm very grateful for that because that tool to find a way to win, it carries well, it projects well. You figure stuff out when you otherwise might not have. And I think that has come in pretty big for me in my adult life.
Yeah.
100. We see it every day. I've seen it
every day on stream.
I've seen it from the first time I played Battlefield with you to the first time you streamed to even right now. And, I'll be honest, and I've even said it in the chats. You're motivating me today. There's things that I got to do that I don't want to do, or, whether it's physical or mentality. And I'm like, hey, I'm watching you while I'm fucking doing sheetrock in a house with a bat at, I've injured my leg. I can barely walk half the time. And I'm hanging sheetrock. And I'm like, if this motherfucker can do it, I'm going to go do it.
Right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
There's been days, man, where we just don't want to stream or we want to do something else, or we're like, let's call it. And then we're like, well, what would Cal do? Cal wouldn't quit. Cal would say, fuck it.
I appreciate it.
Put your work boots on and go get it. And then that's what we do.
That ain't no lie.
And, yeah.
That ain't no lie. Well, so now speaking of coaching, so your father was a coach, right, and you got into coaching. You coached in the D1 school. Tell us about coaching and what that experience was like coaching at that level.
So when I was in high school, I was scrappy, man. I was still strong. I was dominant as a player when I was real young. You know, from 6 to 14, I was dominant in my entire area. When I was 14 to 17 in high school, I was still very good, but I was more of a role player. Guys got a little faster. I was still incredibly strong and skilled, but I was not as fast. So I still was good, absolutely very good, but more of a role player at that time. Tim Floyd was the coach of the Chicago Bulls at the time. And he saw a special that Fox Sports Net did on me.
Oh, wow.
And he wrote me a letter. He said he'd never done that before. He said, hey, I love the way you play. I love your heart and what you're about. If you ever want to come hang out with the Chicago Bulls when we play the Lakers, you know, let me know. And I said, hey, guess what, Coach Floyd? You're doing exactly what I want to do, which is coach in the NBA when they're or coach at a high level. I would love to. So I went out there. We talked basketball. Specifically, I remember a conversation about one of his players he had asked me about, who was actually playing high school at the time in my area. And I let him know what I thought about it. That projection of that player turned out to be pretty on point.
Nice.
And we said we'd talk again. We left it as we talk again. Then we continued our relationship. He actually asked me if I wanted to take a scholarship at LSU for one of his friends who was coaching, John Brady at LSU at the time. I said, hey, coach, I got a disabled athlete scholarship at USC and I'm planning on working for the basketball team there. Would that be all right? And he said, yeah, sure. No problem. I wanted to stay on good terms with him. I went to USC. I was a freshman there. I did my thing. I worked for the basketball team. And then Tim Floyd was hired by USC out of nowhere the next year.
Wow.
So my
What are the
sophomore year.
odds?
Right.
Wow.
They're crazy, just crazy. Right. So I got in touch with him, came to the press conference, shook his hand, hung out with him, let him know, hey, I'm here. He hired me to stay on his staff. I worked my ass off.
I believe that.
In that job.
I believe that 100%.
Like just, oh man, it was nonstop. And I was a student, but I worked my way up quickly. I became like a student coach. I was doing all kinds of stuff, running the academics, helping with recruiting, monitoring players, class, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I barely went to my own classes. I'm out there checking our basketball players' classes in a golf cart. Well, I'm not even in my own classes, but I ended up making it work. And then I coached at Stoneridge Prep, where I coached Nikola Vukovic, who's an NBA All-Star, among plenty of others at USC while I was there. Nick Young, Taj Gibson. I helped recruit OJ Mayo, DeMar DeRozan.
Nice.
So we're
DeRozan?
Yeah, we're recruit. I was good with DeMar. I hung out with him and his college coach or his high school coach, Tony Thomas at Compton. Real tight in that area. Then I got a assistant coaching job as a Division I coach at Jacksonville State University in Alabama when I was 24. So that was a good time. That didn't end up working out. I moved back over to California, did some junior college stuff with my former high school coach. And then my last year, I was at a high school in Orange County. We ended up winning a championship at Orangewood Academy, the first time they'd ever done that. And then at that point right there, I just decided I didn't want to do it anymore. Basically, what you have to give to be a high-level coach just turned out to be more than I wanted to. I wanted to do some other things. I got a German Shepherd. I wanted to get healthy again. I had not been healthy. I had literally broken my back, two pinched nerves in my it was in a tremendous amount of pain just fighting through that
every day.
It was just so painful, taking painkillers like left and right for years. And I thought, man, I'm killing myself physically. I just don't want to do this anymore. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I decided to get out. I got out after winning a championship at the high school level. So that was cool. And, so yeah, I had a fond memories of my college coaching time, but happy that I was able to step away.
No, for sure. Especially, dealing with back issues.
Right.
And they're not small issues. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever injured them, but when you're dealing with that kind of level of pain, it's not like, oh, it's simple to go on the road,
Yeah.
20 times a year. It's not
Right.
simple to recruit, 30 weeks out of every single year you're out busting your ass trying to recruit. It's a total different ball game. I get that 100%. So,
Yeah.
okay, so we got the coaching. And now you're playing video games. And, we ran in, we talked about it on Battlefield 1. And then all of a sudden, I get a message a couple years back. I am going to full send Battlefield 5. Like, I literally get this message on the PlayStation Messenger. Would love your guys' support. And I'm like, hell yeah, this is cool. I remember running this guy all day. He's badass. What's going on there? And you tell us that you're going to start streaming. What inspired you to jump into the streaming world?
That's a great question. I maybe was looking for an outlet to still compete. So I started playing Battlefield again. Or for the first time I should say. I was playing Medal of Honor. I started playing Battlefield 3, then Battlefield 4, and I was into it, having fun. I wanted to get a little bit more serious. So I got into it deeper. I was kind of formed a group of guys I was playing with who were good dudes and who loved playing and were on all the time. One of them was Outlaw, who I've known forever, who's one of my best friends in the world. And he was streaming, and he at the time he said, "Hey, SoCal, you should stream, man. He knew I already had a following of people who knew me as a player on Battlefield. And he said, yo, people would want to watch you. And I said, I don't think so, dude. I'm not too sure about that. He's like, no, seriously. Like, Outlaw was like cool and calm. He's like, no, seriously, you should do it. Him and this other girl who we played with a lot, Ashley, or her name was Taste My Juices. She said, no, yeah. Yep. She's like, yo, you got to do this, man. You'd probably be pretty good at it. And I said, really? And I thought about it. And then I decided, all right, you know what? After thinking about it, I'm going to do it. So the way I went about it was all the people on my friends list who had added me because they liked playing with me or thought I was good at the game or whatever. I had a really big friends list. I said, you know what? I'm going to just write all of them individual messages with their name attached, not a group, not a spam message, but individual messages to, I think it was 800 people on my friends list.
Wow. On the PlayStation.
That took you a minute.
Yeah.
The controller.
850 people. And yeah, it was tough. And I did it. And probably, I don't know, 400 of them wrote me back and said, absolutely. I said, hey, I'm going to start streaming. Would love for you to follow. Here's my link. Either way, appreciate knowing you and see you out there. Absolutely. And I had so many write me back and say, hey, dude, I would love to watch you play. And I thought, oh, man, this might be pretty good. So before I even started, I had, I think it was like 380 followers or 400, subscribers or whatever for YouTube. And then I just grinded as much as I could at the time, which was every single day. And it was per like probably 5 hours, something like that, maybe 6 sometimes, maybe more. And I just got into it. And then I got monetized because it was going well. And then some things happened in personal life. And I decided to move to Dallas, Texas, where people who I had met on the game on Battlefield, good dudes, had a roofing company. And he said, hey, if you want to, do some work, you'll also have time to stream. And that was very important to me because I was ready to really grow my stream, my channel. So I went out here and I started work. As soon as I got here, though, it got real slow for them. I had worked like 2 or 3 times, like over the course of 2 or 3 weeks. And then they came and they said, hey, SoCal, I'm just letting you know it's slow right now and it could get slower. And I said, damn, man, really?
Ugh.
And I said, well, I'm fucking out here and the stream's been going pretty good. I was doing pretty well with it.
Yep.
I said, I'm fucking going all in. I'm doubling down on it. So instead of 5 or 6 hours every day, I went 9, 10, 11, and I full fucking sent it. And it's the best decision I ever made because I have never looked back.
Oh,
No, it's yeah. I mean, the results speak for themselves, man.
Thank you.
Where did that I gotta make it. I need to do this. I'm gonna push through the tough times. Where did that all come from? Does that stem from the mentality you grew up with, trying to persevere through everything else? Is that kind of what made you feel confident in being like, I know I can do this?
Honestly, it's hard to say. It's hard to answer that accurately. The confidence comes from within, from so many times of honestly failure and
Mhm.
and success and failure,
sure.
and then failure again, and then you get the fuck up and you do it
Yep.
again, and you're like, yo, this is gonna work because I'm fucking gonna do this right, and I'm gonna get it right, and it's gonna work. It's just a matter. It's gonna work regardless. It's just a matter of how it's gonna work and when it's gonna work, right? So I knew we would get it right. I knew I could improve the product. That's what I'm constantly focused on with the streaming, and I had been from the beginning, was in like focus on the product, making the product good. If the product is good, people will come and want to be part of you, because when they watch your stream and they watch your guys' show, for example, they're part of you guys and your whole vibe of cool togetherness, good dudes, fun, laughing. That's your guys' thing. And when they're at on my channel, it's they're doing our thing. So I think that it probably comes from when I was younger, but the confidence is hard to fake, right? It's you either it's you, people see through that shit. And I'm very fortunate for the experience. That's why I talk about my leg like that. I'm honestly very fortunate for it. You think that's crazy, that it might be the case, but man, it's done a lot for me, so it's just hard to see sometimes.
No, what you said is, we are all going to fail. We're going to fail multiple times in our life.
Right.
And it ain't about the successes. It's how many times you can get your ass off the mat.
That's right.
Go make that shit happen again.
That's right.
Right? That's awesome.
That's right.
Oh,
Right.
now speaking of it, let's get to your work ethic. You grind, bro. Like you grind.
The definition.
You grind. I always tell, I've even said it in your chat, and I tell this man up here, there's 3 certainties in life. Number 1, there's going to be death. Number 2, there's going to be taxes. Number 3, SoCal's going to be streaming. Those are the 3 certainties in life.
I love it.
It's true.
Where do you find that drive? I mean, you're successful, bro. I mean, you are. And obviously you're just getting bigger every day. You just hit 35,000 today. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Yep. That silver plaque's coming.
It's coming, baby. But where do you find that drive inside of you every day? Because it's hard. People don't get how hard it is to stream, how hard it is to play every day and to grind it. Where do you get the drive to do it every day?
It's a great question. So when I was really young, I looked at the TV and I was watching Michael Jordan, and even as young as Magic and these guys. And I found out, well, first of all, I sat there and I said, I really like this. I love basketball. I'm either going to be, do I want to be the one on the screen playing, or do I want to be the one, watching the game? And I said, you know what? I'm going to be the one playing. How do I go about that? So then I got into Michael Jordan, who was the best player in the whole era and probably of all time. And I found out the dude worked on his game for 6 hours a day. And that was like mind boggling. Not sometimes, not like when he felt good. It was 6 hours every fucking day, including Christmas, including Thanksgiving. No bullshit, like every day. And I said, all right, well, he's fucking, I also said to myself, he's really fucking good. And he's, 6'6", and he's, this and that. So I better fucking really get after it. Right. Cause I really want it. If you really want it, then you're going to fucking make it happen. So real young, I developed an incredible work ethic. I was, like I said, I was around great people. My parents, my dad was a hell of a coach. I was around my uncle a lot, my grandpa, my mom. And I just decided, hey, I'm going to do this. Not like, oh, maybe, like, I'm doing this. I'm not a half in, half out guy. If I'm fucking doing it, I'm doing it. And you just make that decision and you go with it. Does it work out perfect all the time? Absolutely fucking not. Sometimes you fall flat on your face and it's terrible, but you get the fuck up and you learn. And in the process of getting the fuck up, inside, it takes a certain amount of grit to get the fuck up again.
Oh yeah.
And once you have that grit, and it's embedded in you, and then it's just like repeating it. It's like I like the repeating things every day. I like the rhythm, and that rhythm and that grit and that toughness allows me to go, yo, I want to be the fucking best around. I'm showing the fuck up today. I'm not showing up when I start the stream just because it's that time and I gotta just show my face. No, I gotta show up ready to fucking go. You want to know why? Is because people will watch your stream for 2 minutes and make a decision on if you're somebody they want to watch for the rest of their life, or you know, that's it right there. And if you're not bringing that A game, if you're like, oh yeah, you know, so, and you're on your phone, like anything, like if you're not the best right then, they're out, dude. They're super out, you know. So I try to bring it every day, and that's kind of where it comes from.
Oh man, that's beautiful, dude. It's and it shows, man. I mean, both Gorilla and I, we watch a fair bit, and I cannot ever remember you having a day where you just mailed it in. I really can't.
Thank you.
No.
It's very nice.
No.
Oh, it's true.
It's been 3 years. Yeah. You're what? Your 3 year mark right around? Yeah. And I've tuned in. I think I was number 7 subscriber. I got your message, and then I spammed my entire crew.
That's
all 400 of them. And I said, go check this dog out. He's a beast.
I remember.
Then I jumped right over to your channel, and I was a little disappointed because I think it was about 7. But I remember being disappointed because I wasn't number 1. I was like, son of a bitch.
I appreciate that.
And I've watched you all the time. Like I'm constantly, and I support it, and I believed in what you were doing because I know the type of person you are. I got to learn. It's amazing how you learn people from the video game world. Like you learn them a lot. And brother, what you've done and what you've been able to accomplish, nothing short of amazing. You're the man on that.
I'm so thankful for you guys, man. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, what you've done, like, and I'm sure you're well aware of this, but what you've done for the community, the broader community, like I'm talking everybody that has their own little channels and groups, like that's all stems it from you. You're the top of the tree, and everything else is branched out from that, and it's nothing short of amazing. Really
I really appreciate that comment. That's like one of the best parts about streaming for me, and the whole deal is like there's this thing that I've seen sometimes in this industry and others where it's like you got to do you and worry about you and all this bullshit. But the truth is there's plenty of eyeballs to go around. There's plenty of room for everybody in your crew to be the man and everybody to be seen. And I'd much rather build the people up who I love. Like I love these fucking dudes that we play with. Like I love them. I love the people in our chat. They're fucking awesome people. So there's plenty of room to like build people up and post their link and share. You know, I want people to get to know fucking Gnarly Harley. I want people to see Outlaw as much, and so on and so on and so on. And I think it's great. The community now that we have of people is amazing, and it's pretty big. And I honestly think it's just getting started. I think we're gonna continue to get better and bigger and stronger because we have a good foundation, right? The foundation of the house is fucking rock proof.
Yes.
Right. So as we build it out, we have that solid foundation of, hey, you know, let's promote the shit out of each other and let's fucking get after it together. And no interior bullshit, no politic bullshit. There's none of that. It's like solid. I'm there for you. You're there for me. We're there to make content, and the people in the chat, we're interacting with them, and because they're the whole reason we're all here, anyways.
In that part is amazing, and like beyond belief. And I'll tell you what sold me on you. There's one thing outside of you being an amazing player and having drive, right? That's awesome. But there's one thing in particular that sold me on you, and I said, I don't give a shit. I'm going to donate to him. I'm going to support him financially. I'm going to support him in the chat. I'm going to pump him up every chance I get. And there's one thing that sold me, because I have a firm belief. You never put anybody down around you to make yourself look good. You build everybody up around you so that you can raise your bar to the next level. Because if everybody around you is good, you are only going to be better.
Right.
And the minute I saw you start promoting everybody, taking care of everybody, taking care of your players, taking care of your chat, supporting everybody in your community, the business people, you've talked about people's businesses, you've talked about people's lives, you've talked about all your players that play with you. And I went, that's my guy right there.
Yep, same here.
Because it's amazing how you do that. And congratulations on it, because that's a special, special gift.
Thank you. That means a lot to me.
It's facts.
It's the reason. I mean, like it. Of course, being good at the game helps. And let's face it, you're number 4 in the world, number 1 on controller. Is that any good? but no, that's what I think. That's what draws me and like Frilla, and I'm sure thousands of people, is seeing how much you care about the well-being of not only your friends that you play with, but people in the chat. Somebody might come in the chat one day and say, blah, 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 having a hard time, this is going on. And you sincerely mean it when you look in that camera and say, man, I really hope you're feeling better, dude. I really hope things work out. Right. And people can see through that when it's fake. They can. And it's not fake when it comes out of you.
That's right. I think it's such an opportunity to get to know so many people, and you get to have an impact on, like, somebody the other day was like, hey, if I gave you $4 million, would you never do this again? And I was like, no way, not even close. Because the amount of people that we're going to touch, first of all, we're going to do better. We're going to go bigger. It's going to be even stronger than that. But second of all, the amount of people that you get to interact with and touch, you can't put a price on that, right? You can't put a price on the comment you get a couple times a day, or even more sometimes, of, hey, this is happening to me. It fucking sucked, but I'm watching you for the last 6 hours, and man, my day's gotten a little bit better. Thank you so much for this. Here's my comment, or here's a 5-bomb, or, thank you so much. Thank you so much for introducing me to Spectre, because you guys are amazing, and I think these guys need to be seen. Like, these are high quality guys who I personally use my coaching and recruiting expertise to say, hey, I've vetted the shit out of these guys. They're high quality guys. None of these guys are knuckleheads. No. And they're good at the game. And then the people go, oh shit, it's high quality people around here. And then they get in the chat, and one thing leads to another. And then I look in and they're on your guys' stream, and it's just a bunch of fucking really cool people. And I'm fortunate to just be a small part of that. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, it's great, man. It really is great. So you mentioned the group you've got here, the door kickers. You guys have dominated everything you've tried to do, whether that be life, gaming, everything. But in particular, you guys dominated Battlefield 5 Firestorm, just absolutely dominated it. Then you make the transition to Warzone when Call of Duty puts that out, and again, dominate the shit out of it. All you guys have thousands of wins, kills, everything. So there's no doubt about it. You certainly are one of the better players on the game, but you are hands down the best strategist on the game, period. End of story. I'll put your crew up against FaZe, anybody. I think at the end of the day, when you're trying to get the win, you guys are going to beat them. I really do.
Absolutely.
Would you mind telling us and the viewers what's going through your mind in a match of Warzone when you're trying to get that win? Like, what are you thinking about every time you get in there?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's all derived from winning, right? So every decision we make, and every decision everyone in our squad makes, because they're all collective decisions, is about winning. There's no, oh, I got to do this, or I got to get kills, or you got to go do this. No bullshit. It's a fucking team, just like any sports team. And the bottom line is to win. So if every decision that we all make is based on winning, then there's no ego involved, so every move we make, we're trying to win. And we've kind of found a pretty good formula in general to do that. And, the most popular streamers around when this game started go for kills, and that's cool. Now, winning has become very much more popular from a lot of other streamers who are getting a huge audience. I'm not believe it or not, I'm not concerned with a lot of what these people say, like, oh, you don't get enough kills, or, whatever. I don't like the way you play the game. Shocker. I'm not super interested in that comment. I don't. It just brushes off. It does not even matter.
I roar every time I see
that
someone.
shit. I'm not. So, we go out there, we're trying to win. And it's entertaining, man. People seem to really like it, and that's what we want to do. So it's an exciting time. It's just so many good players that we get to play with, and so many good dudes. It's just so fun every day.
No,
It is, man.
I came up with this moniker the other day. I was watching you, and somebody popped in with that. Like, you guys you're camping for a minute. And I'm like, oh, well, they out-strategized everybody. They got their intel. They know what the fuck they're going to do, and they're just going to go in and wax you. And it came to me, and I'm like, this is the Lombardi stream. This is literally the Vince Lombardi stream. And that means when winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. And I watch how you play the game. And one aspect I want to get into with you in your gameplay for the viewers is winning is everything for you. But you're always 2 steps ahead. Like literally 2 or 3 or sometimes 4 steps ahead of where you want to go. I watched you today. You're sitting on top and you're explaining to you guys have just got a king bounty. You're behind military.
Millie.
And you're explaining the reason why we're up here is because there's only one way here. And there's only one way out. And we got proxy. So if they try to rush us, they can. And if we go here and you're explaining the different angles of how you can get killed with a king bounty on the bunker. I don't know if you remember that. But the question I have in particular is, what is it and where did you develop the logic to be 3, 4 steps ahead? And how can people emulate that from what you're thinking?
Right. That's a good question. The desire to do it comes from the overwhelming desire to win. So I'll figure out, all right, I want to win. Now, how do I go about it? Just like basketball, being a tactician in basketball with my offense and with my defense. So you just play it out. Well, if we're going to do this, then what's our next move going to be? Well, if our next move is going to be shitty, then why are we doing this move? So you got to build a plan. Now, the plan does not always, it's just like sports. The plan does not always go in the right order. But to have a plan really puts yourself in a position, puts your squad in a position to win. And we've kind of developed that over time and perfected it. And it comes from a lot of losses too, man. You figure out, I can give you percentages. Hey, we're doing this. Pretty good chance. There's a 90% chance this is going to happen. There's a 10% chance you'll live if you do that, etc. That's because I put in just so many games of this game. I can tell you with pretty good certainty how I feel. Not perfect, but pretty good. So we try to make those decisions ahead of time. We all get on the same page, and as you can see, it's fun, man. It's just such a good time.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you right now, SoCal, you're nothing short of amazing. Your attitude, your mentality, your drive, your ambition, your teamwork, man, you're. That's why people flock to you. That's why I do. I like to be inspired. And that's why I don't know if I've missed more than 1 or 2 days in a week. And that's only because of work. You're amazing. You're nothing short of amazing. And I personally want to thank you for coming on, telling your story, telling everything about yourself and then open up like that, because it's a great story. You're a great man and a great goddamn streamer, brother. You're amazing.
Thank you guys so much. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm just so excited for you guys, dude. Man, you guys are just I got people talking about you guys all the time and building the channel and all that shit, man. It's fun. It's a great time, and I'm so appreciative of you guys having me on and taking care of all our guys and all our crew. It's such a cool thing. And, we're just fucking getting started, man. This is just the beginning. It's really just the beginning. It looks like we've been doing it for so long and it's so set. And no, dude, it's going to change, and we're going to keep growing and keep pushing and keep getting better. And, yeah, man, I'm so thankful to you guys.
We appreciate you.
Dude, appreciate that, man.
100%. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here, Mr. SoCal Love. Thank you.
Take care, guys.